Easy Sports Talk Show. I am one of your co-hosts. I'm Javon J. Love Adams, and with me is a man who played professional baseball, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But he also played in the National Football League on that first Super Bowl bound team for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm talking about my brother, none other than Ed Easy Smith. What is good, my brother?
What's going on, brother Jay? Some excitement out here in the desert that we definitely didn't see coming earlier in this year, man. But very
Yeah,
happy, very
man.
happy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this is going to be one of those. This might be one of those drier, shrunken versions of Easy Sports Talk Show. But we do this thing 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So however you got here, we appreciate it. Make sure you share, tell people about what we do here. You can go to easysportstalk.com. We also have Believe in the Arizona Cardinals podcast. That's Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, BLEAV. And then we do that every Monday and Thursday. You can go to believe.com. You can go to easysportstalk.com. You can go to SiriusXM app, wherever you might find it. But, check that out as well if you are an Arizona Cardinals fan. And then every Saturday from 1 to 3 Eastern, we have our terrestrial radio show that we do on Sports Map Radio. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can get there as well. You see there. You see all the stuff there on the overlay there. But so that's from 1 to 3 Eastern. So if you are not in one of the 98 markets that we broadcast in, then you can go to sportsmapradio.com. And you can either press play in the upper right corner, or you can download the app on your Apple or Android device. So this is going to be straight baseball. This is probably one of the. Hopefully, it's not the last time, because we'll get into the reason why we hope it's not the last time that we do this. But this in the beginning of the season, you and I, we were not very bullish. Bearish, bullish. We were not very optimistic about bullish about the Arizona Diamondbacks, and because we just didn't know. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty that was there. Just a lot of unknowns, I guess is the best way to say it. And if you put some money down on the Arizona Diamondbacks to not only make it to the National League Championship Series, or to make it to the World Series, you would have made a lot of money. And I wasn't about to do that, because I would have wanted to keep that $20 or that $10 in my pocket. But it is cool to see 84-78 record. They defeat the Milwaukee Brewers, and they defeat the hated Los Angeles Dodgers. Then they go on, and what am I saying now? They defeat in 7 games the Philadelphia Phillies to advance to the World Series to take on the Texas Rangers. Man, and tell me, my son who is not a baseball fan, my youngest son who's 17 years old, is glued to the television, excited. The changes in baseball in terms of the speed up the game really pulled him in. But when we're talking about the Diamondbacks here, Dad, are you watching this? You got to watch it. Diamondbacks are in the World Series. All this stuff. Your reaction to this? This is amazing. This is really cool.
Well, I couldn't be happier. Obviously, anybody who follows us knows me. Big fan of Torey Lovello, the manager. Played with him my last baseball season in '95. We were in AAA together with the Indians. One of the best dudes in the game, and I knew that way back then. And whenever I see him, he always very, cordial, and we have a lot of fun together, because he, we were 2 dudes. We didn't hang out, anything like that, but I respected him even way back then. And, watched him develop as a manager, through the minor leagues, now with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And, I just actually sent him a text. Could not be happier for him, the team,
Indeed.
All of his players, the organization. And as you mentioned, they came out of nowhere. This was not supposed to be. And I'll say before I finish that portion of it, it's not over yet. They still have to go and try to, finish this off against the Texas Rangers. But who would have thought 130-1 odds to win the World Series at the beginning of the season? And some young gentleman out there, you and I talked about it on Saturday, put a C note on it, actually 10 C notes on it, put $1,000 on it. He is in place, if the Diamondbacks pull this off, to turn his $1,000 into $130,000. So imagine how excited and stoked that dude is. But to watch what they did as a team, their type of baseball and this type of baseball, the way they won this series, that's
Yeah.
exactly the baseball that I'm used to and I loved, and the passion, that you can hear it in me right now. Baseball, this is what baseball's supposed to be this postseason,
Yes.
and that team represents it. They went out there, they hit the ball all over the park, stole bases, played great defense, pitched when they had to. Manager put everybody in the best spots possible to succeed, and they did it. And like I said, this is one of those things, man. I couldn't be happier for Torrey and the organization. And, to be here, for it to happen for us here, obviously it gives us a lot to cover and talk
Yes,
about.
sir.
But it's personal for me. I said I love that dude, and I'm so happy for him. And, man, what can you say? That's exciting. I feel like I'm actually getting ready to go to the World Series. Just because I love that dude so much, and I'm excited for him and to know what it's like to hold that, the National League trophy and know where you're getting ready to go. It's different sport, but I flash back to my opportunity to win an NFC championship, and then,
Yeah.
know that I was going to the Super Bowl. Nothing like it, bro. And like I said, I just we'll continue to pull for him, but so happy for this organization and Torrey Lovullo in specifics.
Yes, indeed. We'll get back to Torrey in just a second, but Brandon Pfaadt, he got the chance to start this game. Four innings. Again, if you pulling the right levers, you're pressing the right buttons, whatever analogy that you want to use, you can't second guess them. But we did it on Monday, and we've done it. And that's one of the things. Our partner Earl was over at my crib doing some things because trying to fix up the house a little bit, and so we were talking about in terms of Monday's game where he took out the starting pitcher took him out. He was dealing it, and so you just wonder like with the analytics that get involved so much in the game, and you just hate to see some of these things and not having a player given an opportunity to really try to finish or go further to what he started. But having said that, Brandon Pfaadt goes, he goes four innings. Then the bullpen comes in. And what is it? Seawall gets the save. 4-2 was the final score. When they went back to Philadelphia down 3-2, it was there was cautious optimism, but more pessimism because hey, at least we made it this far. There's nothing to be ashamed about. But the Diamondbacks, they were able to battle back, and it is really great to see. And I hope, again, this might be a drier, shrunken version of Easy Sports Talk Show podcast, but I do hope that getting to the World Series, and you know where I'm going with this, that at the end of the season they're going to say, "All right, Torrey, I guess we give you a long-term contract," because he was able to make chicken salad out of chicken. You know what?
You know what we should be hearing right now, Jay? When the big trucks start to back up and you hear beep, beep, beep. That should be a big truck getting ready to back up to his front door and dump a whole lot of money and years. I'm not just talking about singular. I'm talking about multi-year deal with a whole lot of digits for one Torrey Lovullo. And here's the thing. Torrey's not doing this. I guarantee you. It's not about the money for him. He loves the game of baseball. He loves managing, and he probably damn near would do this for free. But get a man what he deserves and what he's due. When you look at what he took as far as this team and not lack of talent, because we've seen they have the talent. It was just young and the experience. We didn't even realize it. And you look at the other payrolls, even just in our division with Dodgers and Padres, the way they spent money, throwing money at trying to win a championship. And who knew that we were doing it the right way, actually ahead of schedule. I don't think this is going to be the norm.
Definitely ahead of schedule. Definitely ahead of schedule. Yes, sir.
World Series runs just don't happen all the time. But I guarantee you, this team is going to believe, and they're going to get better and better each year, and they're going to, take this and run with it. And, dare I say, this could be a team that could be around for a while, in not necessarily in this position every year, but at least competing. 84 wins this year, 90 next year, 95 the year after that. Start building on what they've got, because they've got a great foundation with a great manager, and apparently they got a good, I say great, a good front office steering the ship, because lo and behold, who knew what they were doing and building, because we obviously didn't see it at the start of the season. But wow, this is exciting.
Yes, yes, indeed. And so I'll leave you with this. This is one of the things to kind of keep in mind when you're putting a team together and you're doing these things. There's the unexpected. You never know what the potential is for a team, and we see it with there. Oftentimes, I think talking heads, media, they say, well, you can't compete with the Dodgers. You can't compete with the Padres because they're spending so much money. But if you draft properly, if you sign free agents that you need to sign, maybe make some timely trades, and you put the right leader or leadership in place,
Yeah.
that can make all the difference in the world when it comes to being able to compete. That's what oftentimes gets me so upset when it's okay, we just need to throw in a towel and wait for another couple of years until the team that's spending all the money has a little bit of a dip, and then we'll try to have that one in 5 years or 1 in 6 years or whatever that aberration is to be able to compete. No, compete. You may not be able to spend when it comes time for people to sign if you sign them early, like the Dodgers, like the Arizona Diamondbacks have done with a lot of their young talent. They sign them, and they sign them to these contracts, very, very team friendly contracts. When it's time for them to re-up, maybe you won't be able to keep them. But if you're doing your job and being able to keep the pipeline full, then that gives you an opportunity to compete. Do not throw in the towel, because you never know what can happen, especially if, as you mentioned, if you believe, if you the culture is right, you get the right people in there. Once they start to change their mindset, anything is possible. So we do this thing again 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The first game of the World Series is on Friday, so we'll be getting into a little bit of a deeper dive when it comes to this matchup against the Texas Rangers. I know the Texas Rangers have a bopper that we got to definitely watch out for. Don't play scared. I don't want to say you're playing with house money, but go out there and enjoy this moment, the journey, the path to where you are right now, because nobody, and you can play that card, nobody believed in us to get this far. That's right. So keep playing that card, take it as far as you can. Maybe there'll be another parade here at downtown Phoenix, but I'll let you leave with the last word, Easy.
For me, it's a culmination. It's one of those things where it's almost hard to express how this is being built. And, the one thing I would stress, is and in hope that the Diamondbacks, we've done this before, it's been a long time, but we've had a tendency to take talent, develop it, and then when it comes time to pay it, what do, Jay? We let it go. We've had too many big stars here that, hey, we just can't pay them. Maybe this is a new beginning for this organization. And I'm not saying you can only pay so many people, but you've got a young crop of just young talented kids with a great manager. And this experience, like I said, this is one of those ones is going to last a lifetime. Not just, this is the furthest Torrey's gone along with all these players. And this is special, I'm telling you. And, we'll see where it goes in this World Series, but they've already achieved. And regardless of how it all shakes out, like I said, this is a bunch of winners. And it's like I said, this is really exciting. I feel like should be suiting up and going out there and getting ready to hit some curveballs and go the other way myself. But just a great all-around feeling for us here in the city following this team. And then, as I always mention, Torrey being a great guy and great manager, just all around, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing this. Game 1 on Friday. To the Philly fans and all my people back east, they were already ready, man. They were already getting ready for, World Series, and it's a tough one. So, it's going to be a long winter for a whole bunch of people back there, but, they put up a good fight.
There's no way in the world anybody in Philadelphia who roots for who roots or rooted you know, who roots for the Phillies thought we about to lose to the Diamondbacks. And it happens like that sometimes. You never know, as they say, any given Sunday, but any series with it's it's how it extrapolates down to a smaller sample size. But
Well,
yeah,
think
we're
about
gonna
this. Think
yeah,
about
go
this
ahead.
too. How it all unfolded. They beat us up in those first two games, so they
Oh
were
my
up 2-0.
goodness.
2-0,
Mm,
right? We had to win 4 out of the next 5. And when they got their one here, we all thought, a lot of people thought, well, that electricity over there, all they got to do is get one of these next 2. And
man.
man, you talking about climbing a mountain. Think about it, we just won 4 out of 5 after
Home
what we
field advantage
beating.
meant a lot in that Philly series because people didn't come in there in the postseason and win. So that's what makes this all the more special and sweet.
Yeah, unbelievable. So yes, Diamondbacks to the World Series, bro.
Diamondbacks to the World Series. We're gonna leave it at that. So that is Ed Smith. I'm Javon Adams. We do this thing 3 times a week. Make sure you check it out. Tell a friend and tell a friend about what we have going on here. Go to easysportstalk.com, easysportstalk.com. And as we always like to say around this time, you can, but also congratulations to the D-backs for getting to that World Series. Bring it home.